Good evening. The topic of Panchayati Raj is really very important for any examination. Maybe at the state level or at the UPSC level, questions are being asked in the preliminary examination as well as the main examination. That is the reason why, with respect to Panchayati Raj and also the municipalities, every student has to be very thorough with these topics. And especially when it comes to Panchayati Raj, the month of April, the month of April is considered to be a very, very important one. This is because in the year 1993, on April 20th, the President has signed the 73rd Constitution Amendment Bill and it became Act on April 20th, 1993, and that came into force on April 24th, 1993. In fact, in order to make Panchayati Raj a constitutional body, a lot of struggle has been taken place. When Sri Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India, he tried to move a constitution amendment bill. Though it was passed in the Lok Sabha, it was rejected by the Rajya Sabha. Later, after Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister of India, he moved 73rd Constitution Amendment Bill. It happened in the month of September 1991. And after a long discussions and deliberations in the Parliament, finally it was passed by Lok Sabha on December 22nd, 1992. Very next day, it was passed by Rajya Sabha, meaning on December 23rd, 1992, this amendment bill has been passed by Rajya Sabha. And when it comes to the concept of Panchayati Raj, since you need to implement in the states, there was a very serious necessity of the acceptance from the states also. That is the reason why the bill was forwarded to various states, and out of all the states at the time, 17 states have accepted, and finally the bill reached the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and the president at the time, it was Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma. He signed the bill and it became an act on April 20th, 1993. And exactly after 4 days, meaning on April 24th, 1993, this came into the picture and Panchayati Raj became a constitutional authority. And if you look at April 24th, this is a very important date. That is the reason why the government, central government, after consulting the states, has decided to celebrate April 24th as the National Panchayati Raj Day. And this is being celebrated since the year 2010. And again, this year also we are going to celebrate it on 24th April, and this is going to be celebrated every year. So this is the National Panchayati Raj Day. Regarding that, I have information and I would like to share that information with you. Kindly have a look at this. So if you look at this, the Constitution 73rd Amendment Act of 1992 came into force with effect from 24th April 1993, and it has vested constitutional status on Panchayati Raj institutions. And kindly remember, when you read about the Panchayati Raj, you need to also read B.R. Mehta Committee, that is Balwantarai Mehta Committee recommendations, right? And followed by Ashok Mehta Committee recommendations, like this L.M. Singhvi. So like this, various committee recommendations you have to read. This date thus marks a defining moment in the history of decentralization of political power to the grassroots level. This is a very, very, very important point with respect to Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj is nothing but decentralizing the political power to the grassroots level. And the impact of the 73rd Amendment in rural India is very much visible as it has changed the power equations irreversibly. And accordingly, the government of India decided to celebrate 24th April as a National Panchayati Raj Day. Kindly remember, and this commemoration is being anchored by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. And since the year 2010, this is being celebrated as the National Panchayati Raj Day. Fine. Now, if you look at some important points here, the 73rd Constitution Amendment, which provided constitutional status to the Panchayati Raj. In fact, it was introduced in the Lok Sabha in September 1991. At the time, Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister of India. Later, on December 22nd, 1992, it was passed by Lok Sabha, next day by the Rajya Sabha. After that one, 17 state assemblies have approved, right? And kindly remember, why state assemblies? It is because any constitutional amendment bill, if it is related to federal powers, must get consent of at least half of the states with a simple majority. Special majority in the parliament, simple majority in the legislative assemblies is really very important. And please remember, every constitution amendment bill will not come to the states. Only those constitution amendment bills that are related to the federal powers, only those bills will be coming to the states. If not all the states, at least half the states must accept it with a simple majority. This is what happened with respect to 73rd Constitution Amendment Bill. And finally, this bill has been signed by the President on April 20th, 1993. And it has provided constitutional status to the PRIs, Panchayati Raj institutions, and it became 73rd Constitution Amendment Act of 1992. And kindly remember, this came into force on April 24th, 1993, and this day is being celebrated as National Panchayati Raj Day since the year 2010. Very, 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 very important aspect. So please remember this. And as I told you in the beginning of this session, I want you to read, to learn Panchayati Raj completely and thoroughly. Not only Panchayati Raj, but you should also learn about the municipalities. Both put together is called local self-governments, and these are playing a very crucial role as far as the development is concerned at the grassroots level. That's all for the day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next session.